In this video, we will demonstrate using the hydraulic shock calculation of the PPI Building and Construction Division Plastic Pipe Design Calculator. When you are in the calculator, select your function by clicking on the appropriate blue button in the left-hand margin. In this case, I'm using hydraulic shock. Before we get started, take a look at the working units. You have the option of selecting inch-pound or U.S. customer units, or metric system international units. For this example, we'll stick with inch-pound U.S. customary units. Starting at the top from the calculator, we'll go ahead and select our piping material. In this case, we're going to be using an example of PEX tubing. So I select PEX, and that is confirmed by showing an image of PEX down below. If I want to read more information about PEX, I can actually click the blue link, which will connect us to the PPI BCD webpage all about PEX. I select my sizing type. The vast majority of the PEX tubing in North America is copper tube size, produced in accordance with ASTM F876 and CSA B137.5. Those are the industry standards for PEX tubing, so I'll select those. And those standards only include SDR9 wall type, so I don't have an option there. In this example, I'm going to select 1.5 inch diameter PEX tubing. Let's assume that this is a relatively large plumbing trunk line in a building plumbing system. The only real entry that we have to do after that point is to enter the flow rate into the calculator, because it's going to do the hydraulic shock calculations based on water flowing at 73 degrees Fahrenheit. In this example, I have 22 gallons per minute of flow, so I enter it there. And I press my blue button for calculate. And what this tells me down below is that in the case of a fast-acting valve, which closes very quickly inside that 1.5 inch PEX line with 22 gallons per minute of cold water flowing through it, there will be 118.9 psi of peak surge pressure, which is momentary, but it will be a surge pressure present in the line. If that feels like it's too much, you can increase the pipe size, you can decrease the flow rate, and use the calculator to experiment to find a value that seems acceptable. If you'd like to know more about how that was calculated, you can click on the Calculation Details button in the lower left, which brings up the mathematical formulas. And the source of this information is the PPI Handbook of Polyethylene Pipe, 2nd edition, Chapter 6 on page 164. If you want to read more about that math. In terms of sharing this answer with somebody, we have a couple of options for output. We can click on the print button, which will open a print window, which allows you to print it to a piece of paper, or possibly to convert it to a PDF file and save it. I'm not going to do that right now, so I'm going to hit cancel. If you want to email this result directly to somebody, your customer or even yourself, you can click on the email button. In this case, it remembers the last email address that I used, and I have that email address in here, and I just hit send, and it's going to email those results directly to the recipient. So that's it for using the hydraulic shock function of the calculator. Please share your feedback with us by taking our survey in the right-hand margin and let us know how you like the calculator. Thanks for watching.